You're watching another video ditty from WOMMA, the Word of Mouth Marketing Association.
So the first thing is, let's clear up who your users are. I mean, you talk about these tens of millions of users on both your sites. So who is the audience on MySpace and Facebook?
Great. Can you all hear me here? The audience on MySpace, I mean, how many people here think it's just teenagers? A lot of people think that out there. It's okay if that's what you think, because I'm here to bust the myth, because we're not just teens. Certainly that is a key demo for us, and we over-index over the web for the 12 to 17-year-olds. But our strength is really in the 18 to 34-year-old market. We have 70 million unique users in the US alone and 125 million worldwide when you count China. So we are a strong, thriving, growing site. There's a debate and a conversation out there that it's either or MySpace or Facebook. And the fact is there are a lot of people who use both, right? They're the super social networkers who are using MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter, and they're managing all of their communities. And they've got different friends in different places, and the reasons that they use the sites are different. So I think it's really important to think about who are the people that you're trying to target, what are those media moments that you can have that intersection point, and then how can you leverage the tools and the environment of both to achieve your brand objectives.
Sure. I say demos are worth it. I'm going to show you guys something pretty cool. If you guys ever go on the site, go to the bottom of the site. This is bad. I mean, I can't do demos for the rest of the If you ever go to the bottom of the site, facebook.com, at the bottom of every page there's an advertising link. If you go in there and try to create an ad, it'll show you a targeting module, which once you get in there, you'll see that in the US we have 60 million active users, and we count an active user as someone who's logged in the past 3 days. So if someone hasn't logged in the past 3 days, we just don't count them as an active user. And half of our active users log in every day. So every day we have 30 million users in the US that are coming on. Globally, we have 200 million users, and globally, we have 100 million users that are logging on every day. And of that, if you go into the tool, facebook.com/advertising, you create an ad, play with the tool, you'll see if you want, you want to just reach people in Palo Alto within 50 miles, you'll see there's about 2 million people. If you want to narrow it down to, of that 2 million, how many of them like tennis, you'll see about 25,000. And you can play around, and you'll know exactly who's on Facebook.
So what are a handful of best practices that marketers should follow on each of your sites? And I think it'll be really interesting for the audience to compare and contrast and see how this looks on the live blog when we have them back to back there. So. Yeah, we don't have any prescribed order here. So.
Yeah. Kick off. Well, the first and foremost is really knowing your audience, and that goes back to what Chris was talking about in terms of really, providing that consultative voice, right? We have a lot of information about our users. If you bring to us, your demographics, your psychographics, we can run them through our tools, our proprietary tools at MySpace called My Audience Insights, and help you from a planning perspective understand who are these people on MySpace, where are they, what are their other interests, which helps drive some of your targeting as well as your creative messages. But it also can spark that idea of what is that thing that's going to be entertaining and engaging and give people a reason to come to your page and a reason to talk about it and a reason to share about it. So leveraging that hyper-targeting tool is really important. And it doesn't the My Insight tool, it doesn't only apply to the planning stage, it also applies to the in-campaigns part. So you can look at everybody who's engaged with an ad, engaged with your community, or even friended your community, and look at what are the characteristics of these people so that you can understand maybe you're opening up into new audience segments that you didn't think about. Maybe people on MySpace are interested in a different type of activity or sport, etc., that you've never thought of before. So you're learning on the fly and you get these real-time insights and optimize your campaign that way. But the most important part is really thinking about why would somebody want to come to your community and really building something that's either entertaining, engaging, or offers some sort of utility or value to users. You can see that the Bruno example was great, right? That's pure entertainment factor, right? And really playing into fans, or appealing to fans' love for Bruno and love for Borat. You saw vitamin water, which is really giving value exchange there. Twilight is another great example. Thank you for pulling that up, and if you can scroll down. Twilight is one where it really gives people the opportunity to participate in this. You have the opportunity to be featured on the homepage of MySpace. If you submitted your photo, you were featured with the actual cast of characters. So it's blurring that line between celebrity and MySpace user. It's heavily engaging, and it provides people all these viral elements: the trailer, the playlist for each of the characters. You can download skins that you can customize your page. These are all things that are really important to MySpace members because first and foremost, there's this idea of self-expression, or this need to self-express within MySpace. So by giving them the tools to express, those tools then are shared throughout their social graphs, right? Every time you add as a friend, every time you do something, download a video, add it, or add a song, or add a playlist, that is broadcast out to your social network just like it is to Facebook. So you get those earned impressions above and beyond your investment.
So I'll mention a couple of examples. Yeah, we can start with the Papa John's right there. If you can full screen this. So Papa John's, I think I concur exactly with what Heidi said, and I'll show you here a few examples. Papa John's, so this is actually John, who's now taken over the site, and he's this is the Papa. He's now on the road in the UK, and if you check out some of the photos, the one on the bottom right is one of my favorite. They've got a new delivery vehicle. It's a jet ski. He's sharing that in. You can't actually see from here. He's got hundreds of people that respond to each of his posts pretty quickly. He's asking people, what is your first car? Because he's showing off his first car, and he's kind of taking people around with him as he's going around the UK. If you go to the next slide. So part of that is, and then he's also giving special offers for fans. If you enter any FB fan when you're ordering pizza, you can get special stuff. If you keep going. Next slide, please. NBA has done an incredible job. They've got 800,000 fans on Facebook, and they're updating several times a day with really powerful content. So here's an example with LeBron getting the MVP award, and they're also at the same time driving traffic back to their own official website. They want to get people back there. The bottom right, they're able to promote their NBA store, which they're able to monetize directly. They're selling merchandise right from there. Next, you'll see they're also promoting their sponsors. So Sprite, Slam Dunk Contest, and then on the bottom is the HP. So you can actually build your own channel once you have 1 million subscribers or 500,000 subscribers or even 100,000, then you can message them in any which way that makes sense until they don't like you anymore and then they stop becoming a fan. Keep going. Let's skip these. Keep going. We can go back to those later because those are pretty fun. One best practice is convenience is really key. So users are generally, they've got a busy day, they've got a lot of stuff going on. Starbucks asks users in a wall post that goes right to the user's homepage. It says, hey, tell us what you think of this product in our discussions tab. And you look right in the wall post itself, you've got 16,000 people respond. But if you actually go to the discussions tab, they've got 100 people respond. So you kind of see the 160x delta. Tabs generally, I think, are for users that are more deeply engaged. And they're there for a reason. If you have users that really like your brand, really want to have a deep conversation. But by and large, the casual conversations, the volume that you're going to get is going to come from when you post things to the wall. And that's really key understanding of the Facebook page product is the wall is really where 90+% of the action is going to happen. The tabs, quite frankly, are kind of like the attic. It's kind of where you put stuff that you don't really use that often and you kind of just put it away. You don't really have to throw it away, but people are pack rats and they don't want to dump stuff. And I have one or two. Your profile picture is really important. This is Cheetos. I just love what they've done with the no corporate logo. They just threw one Cheeto. I don't know if they had a contest how they picked this one Cheeto, but the Cheeto. Keep going. They act like duck. So one of the questions that often comes up is insurance, or I'm doing something that's really not necessarily a vitamin water, not necessarily that sexy, but they figured out, with that like duck, if you can read some of the posts, it's quite entertaining and people find this pretty humor. So that's a quick kind of overview of a few best practices that